This video is going to get weird, but it's important. So according to my analytics, 62.4% of you guys are in the 18 to 24 age bracket. Back when I was 18, for context I'm now 23, I got 0 girls, absolutely no bitches, which led to me, like all guys, feeling very frustrated at my lack of action. But if that's you, which is honestly a lot of guys, you're not missing out. Now if you've seen Chainsaw Man, you can probably see where I'm going with this. In episode 5, Denji talks to Makima about how he got a handful for the first time, and it wasn't anywhere near as good as he was expecting. With the growing promotion of hookup culture on social media and the rise of dating apps enabling it, it's very easy to get sucked into that feeling of, I'm missing out on this, but I can promise you, you're not missing out on anything. Because if you thought the PNR from when you do it to yourself was bad, I can assure you it doesn't even compare to how empty and awful you will feel after just getting with someone random. In my experience, and from the sound of it, the experience of many others, it's only good when you actually get to know the person you're doing it with first. Otherwise, you get left with such an awful feeling of regret. Now, of course, when it's with someone you actually know and like, it's great, don't get me wrong, but there's still a very important point here. If we go back to Denji, he says he feels very deflated afterwards, and he starts talking about how he's concerned that the next time he's looking forward to something, if he manages to get it, will he just think he was happier during the chase? And this is something we've all experienced, you know. I'll be happy once this happens, but how often does that actually end up working for you? I spoke about this in some of my other videos, but I think we say this to ourselves as a bit of an escape. For Denji, who had such an awful life, the hope of getting a handful one day is what kept him going, that one day he'll get this amazing event. And of course, this isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I do have a slight issue with this. When you say, I'll be happy once this happens, you're essentially saying you can't be until it does. So what happens to a lot of people is they go down this endless train of, I'll be happy once this happens. Then it happens, then they feel good for 2 days max. Sometimes just a couple minutes, or maybe even not at all, before that sense of, I'm missing out on this new thing, or oh, this actually sucks, I don't like it, starts to kick in. And you need to learn to be happy with where you are, because otherwise you'll just be stuck in the cycle forever. And you see people like this, you know? You just see those people who seem to have everything you could want, yet are still unhappy. Like, you almost struggle to think of real problems they could actually have, and they're still so unhappy. And you would probably be the same if you got all of that too. It seems crazy to think that when you want that thing so badly. But if we look at Denji, he was like beyond obsessed with this, right? He was risking his life for even the slightest chance at it. But in the end, it really didn't bring him any happiness at all. And chances are, if you're waiting for this golden event to happen, some new milestone to hit, a brand new stage of your life to begin before you start to be content with who and where you are, you'll run into the same thing Denji did. So check out this video here if you want to hear me talk more about that, including how to avoid it. Otherwise, come join us on Discord, and I'll see you for the next one.